everyone. How are you today? Well, I feel really great. Super. Well, I'm so excited because today's lesson is very important one, and I'm so happy to tell you this. Okay? Today we're gonna focus on pronunciation, 의문 현상에 대해서 우리 같이 공부할 텐데요. I think you're already familiar with that. I think you've already heard of 명전동후. Okay, what's 명전동후? 명사일 땐 앞에, 동사일 때 뒤에. Okay? 정확하게 말하면 명사일 때 앞에, 동사, 형용사일 땐 뒤에. Okay, can you do it yourself? 한번 해보세요. 명사일 때. 네, 벌써 잊어버리셨어요? 다시요. 명사일 때 앞에, 동사, 형용사일 때 뒤에. Okay? 자, 그럼 오늘 수업은 여기서 마치도록 하겠습니다. No, just kidding. 장난이에요. 네, 일단 이런 것들이 어떻게 이 principle이 적용이 되는지, how does this principle applies? Okay, so you have to see that. If you open your book, page 56, page 56를 보시면요, 거기에 number 1, there are some words in the box from A to J. Okay. So, 여기 있는 그 단어들은요, it can be both like verb and noun, okay? So, the way you pronounce it is really important because if you pronounce it with emphasis on the first syllable, it can be, understood as a noun. But if you put the stress on the second syllables, people can, understand that as a verb. Do you understand? Okay. So, why don't we go over these words together? Okay? So, let's think about these as verbs. 동사라고 생각을 해봅시다. Okay? 자, 그리고 A 읽으면 어떻게 되죠? 동사일 때는 accen트가 뒤에. 명전, 동형후. Right? Okay? 명전, 동형후. 동형. 동사, 형용사 할 때 뒤에잖아요. Right? So, if you put the stress on the second syllable, like, export가 아니라 export 이렇게 돼야 됩니다. What's important here is, when you stress port, X should be pronounced, weakly. X라고 하는 것은요, 더 약하게 발음이 돼야 돼요. 그래서 export가 아니라 export 이렇게요. Why don't we go to number B? B is import, but you never pronounce it like import. You pronounce it like if it's a verb, 동사일 때는요, import. Do you understand? Okay. How about decrease? 이음절이죠. There are two syllables. Decrease. But when it is a verb, actually you put stress on the second syllable. So it is changed into like decrease. 자, 뒤에 액센트가 있을 때는요, decrease가 아닙니다. 왜냐면 D를 할 만한 힘이 없어요. 힘이 빠진 거예요. Decrease. Okay? So, 과장해서 you need to exaggerate it when you first learn it. 맨 처음 배울 때는 좀 과장해서 보세요. Decrease가 아니라 decrease. Okay? Alright. And how about D? D는 여러분이 해보세요. 뭐라고요? Right. Increase. Not increase. Right? Increase. 앞을 약하게. And how about E? What does E mean? Progress는 뭐죠? Progress. Two syllables, right? Progress. 두 박자인데요. Progress. 액센트가 어디 있어야 되냐면 뒤에 있어야 돼요. 그죠? So, pro should be really small and weak. Progress. Okay? And 이번에 레코드를, 음반을 취입했다. 자, 그런데 녹음하다라는 동사일 때는, when it is a verb, this has sounded like record. So, 약해져요. 힘이 없어. Record. And how about 생산하다? Produce. 자, 따라해보세요. 자, 제가 치겠습니다. Produce. 여러분도 이런 거 하나 준비했어요. 칠 거. 약하게. Produce. Good. And 허락하다. Permit. How about 욕하다. 이런 나를 욕하지 마. 욕하다 뭐예요? insult, insult. 액센트가 뒤에 가죠. insult, right? And 저항하다, protest, protest. Okay? Wow, you did a good job, super. Now, let's look through these words when these words are nouns. 자, 이런 것들이 동사일 때는 어떻게 발음이 되나요? 아까 export이었던 것이요. 수출이라는 명사일 때는 export. 반대요. 이 x가 얼마나 자랑스럽겠어요. noun 앞에 강세갑니다. 그래서 export and import. 수입도 마찬가지죠. 줄어드는 거. decrease, increase, progress. Okay, here, what's important here is not like, the pro is not pronounced like pro, but pra. 너무 자랑스럽잖아요. 강세가 갔으니까. 그러니까, it's not like pro, but progress. Okay? So, repeat after me. Progress. Progress. Okay? And, 녹음이라고 할 때 record였어요. 자, 그런데 음반이라고 할 때는 record. 자, 그래서 뒤에가 약해져요. So the latter part of this word is really, really weakened. So 어떨 땐요, 그 경음화 현상도 일어납니다. 그래서 record가 아니라 cord 너무 이 에너지가 많이 들어요. cord, 크 발음 있죠. 바람을 일으켜야 되는 발음이거든요. record. 바람을 일으키니까 너무 에너지 많이 들으니까 경음화, record, cord 이렇게 발음해요. record. Okay? Alright. And, produce가 아니라 자랑스러운 produce. What does produce mean? Well, when there is an accent on the second syllable, it's a produce, as a verb, it means 생산하다. But produce, you have to remember it. Produce is 토익이 잘 나오는 단어죠. 뭐예요? 생산, 그 농업이나 아니면 그 농수산물 이런 것들을 produce라고 얘기합니다. manufactured goods, 제조되어진 그런 물건들을 products라고 했죠. products. 자, 그런데 농수산물 같이 이렇게 재배되어진 것들은 produce라고 합니다. Okay? Repeat after me. Produce. Good. And we go to permit. Okay, permit is 허락받다, but 허락하다, permit. I need a parking permit. 저는요, 여기다가 차를 대기 위해서는요, 주차 허가증이 필요하다고요. 허가증 is permit. Okay? So, 액센트가 앞에 있어요. permit. 욕. insult. That's an insult. 그것은 욕입니다. Okay? That's an insult. What's an insult? Well, 아주 ugly한 여자한테, oh, you're so pretty. That can be like, an insult for her. Is it right? 네. I don't know about that. Anyway, insult. 앞에 강세가 있다는 거. And, 저항하다. Okay, 동사로 protest였어요. 근데 저항은 protest. 자랑스러워요. 어가 강세가 가면 이렇게 되어집니다. 오케이, 자, 이런 발음의 차이들이 문장에서는 어떻게 쓰여지는지 여러분 알고 싶지 않으세요? 알고 싶으시죠? 자, 그러면 제가 3번 문제를 칠판에다가 쫙 써놓겠습니다. 네, 여러분 다시 오셔야 돼요. You have to come back, okay? Isn't it really amazing? It took only 2 seconds for me to write all this down. Amazing, isn't that? Okay, why don't we start the questions? Okay, number 1, Japan. A lot of its oil from other countries. Think about it. Is Japan oil producing country? No. So, Japan, it imports, right? So, Japan is a subject here, and you need a verb, right? So, when it comes to verb, import is pronounced like import, right? So, you have to put imports, since it's a singular, right? So, singular, you have to put imports. So Japan imports a lot of its oil from other countries. It's include. See, in this sentence, include is a verb, right? And you need to subject before the verb. So subject, so it should be a noun. Okay, by looking at the context, It's include cars and electronics. See, Japan is a country that produces what? Produces cars and electronics, right? So actually Japan exports, right? Japan exports cars and electronics. So what you need to put here as a subject is a noun, right? So you have to put export, export, right? So why don't we put export here? Okay, the accent is on the first syllable. Okay, you have to bear in mind this. Okay, why don't we listen to number 1 together?
Japan imports a lot of its oil from other countries. Its exports include cars and electronics.
Good. Okay, now we go to number 2. I am very pleased with my French. Je m'appelle Sang-hee. Comment allez-vous? I am very pleased with my French. I am making. See, making is a verb, so what you need here is an object, right? You need an object. In the place of object, you put noun, right? So I'm making a lot of. Well, first you just only say like, je m'appelle and get ton sac. Oui, get ton sac. Something like that, right? But later, you can't speak fluently, right? I can actually, but you make a lot of what? Progress. Progress. So you need a noun here with a stress on the first syllable. So it is pronounced progress. So I'm making a lot of progress. Okay? Why don't we listen to this part together?
I'm very pleased with my French. I'm making a lot of progress.
Progress. 들으셨죠? But he doesn't sound that happy. 뭐 그렇게 행복하게 느껴지지 않네요. 그죠? I am very pleased with my French. 이렇게 들려요. 그죠? 네. Why don't we go to number 3? Government officials are worried. 정부 관료들이 걱정하고 있어요. They're worried. Why? Something bad happened in the nation, right? What would that be? There has been something negative in the unemployment rate. Well, unemployment rate, what is that? In Korean, that's a 실업률. Okay? When it comes to 실업률, which is better? Increase or decrease? Well, if there is like an increase in unemployment rate, there'll be more people on the street who lost their jobs. Yeah, that's right. And if there is like a decrease in unemployment rate, it's a good thing. So government official would not worry when there is like a decrease in unemployment rate. So if you look at this context, there has been what? There should be a subject. Subject, in other words, you have to put noun here. Okay? 대열로 유도가 되어지는 그런 문장의 경우에는요, 항상 주어가 뒤에 나와요. 무엇이 있습니다. 뭐가 있냐? 뒤에 나오죠. There has been an increase or decrease. That's right. Increase. noun이니까 increase in an unemployment rate. So that they are worried. Okay? 그래서 걱정되는 거죠. Increase. Okay? So repeat after me. Increase in the unemployment rate. Increase in the unemployment rate. Okay, why don't we listen to this part again? Okay?
Government officials are worried. There has been an increase in the unemployment rate.
Okay, right? So, increase. 들으셨죠? And we get to the last question here. But the number of crimes has... So, good news. It's a good news, right? So, something good, something happy. Right? What would that be? The number of crimes increase or decrease? That's right. Crime rate은 내려가야지 happy news가 되겠죠. Right? So what you have to put here is the number is a subject. Okay? And of crimes, 범죄율, 범죄의 숫자가 okay, has. There should be like subject and verb agreement가 있어야 되겠죠. 이거 시험에 잘 나오죠. The number has. Right? You don't have to look at this. Crimes have d. Okay? The focus of this subject part is the number. Number has, what do you put there? You need to put past participle, right? So you have to put decreased here. And then how do you pronounce it? Well, the number of crimes has decreased. Okay? Decreased, so it's a good news. Okay, why don't we listen to this part?
But the number of crimes has decreased, so that's good news.
Okay, so decreased. 들으셨죠? Right. Okay, 제가요, 또 빠른 시간 내에 한 3초만 주세요. I'm gonna write the rest of the questions on the board, okay? I'll be back. Jan, look at these. I wrote down the rest of the questions here, okay? Why don't we go over from number 5? How dare you? How dare you? 여러분 말고요. How dare you is kind of an expression. 어떻게 감히, right? How dare you call me a liar and a cheat? 어떻게 그럴 수가 있어? Okay? Is it like a compliment? No, it's not a compliment at all. 그럼 compliment가 아니면 뭐죠? 이건 욕이잖아요. 그죠? So, what an, okay, you need a noun there, right? Look at this. On will go together with noun, right? So, what you need to put here is, of course, you need to put insult here, but there is a stress on the first syllable, and you have to pronounce it like insult, right? So, what an insult. What an insult. Okay, why don't you check it out? Listen.
How dare you call me a liar and a cheat? What an insult.
Right? What an insult. And why don't we go to number 6? There was a demonstration yesterday. Ooh, demonstration. People were about the price of gasoline. Okay? So people were doing what? People were chanting. Yes, of course, you can put chant there. But what else can you say there? People were protesting, right? Protest. People were protest. And there is like a be verb, and you need ing at the end. It was past progressive tense. People were, there is the stress on the second syllable, so people were protesting. People were protesting about the price of gasoline. 가솔린 가격으로 사람들이 chanting가 뭐예요? 뭐 예를 들어서 기름값 내려라, 기름값 내려라. This is kind of a chant, right? People were chanting, people were protesting against the price of gasoline. Okay, why don't we check this part out? Okay, let's listen together.
There was a demonstration yesterday. People were protesting about the price of gasoline.
People were protesting. 네, 들으셨죠? And we go to number 7. He ran 100 meters. He ran 100 meters in 9.75 seconds. Wow, he's really fast. And broke the world. I think the world record is lower than that. World record is shorter than this. 얼마일까요? 한 7초 아닌가요? 7초? I don't know. But it's not that important here. What's important here is he broke the world record. Record is needed here. 제가 말씀드렸죠. 앞에 강사가 있다 보니까 여기는 cold 하려면 바람이 일어나야 되니까 에너지가 많이 들어요. 그러니까 경음화돼가지고 record. Okay? So, broke the world record. Okay, why don't we listen to this? 어떻게 발음했을까? Record or record? 들어보죠.
He ran 100 meters in 9.75 seconds and broke the world record.
Record. 이렇게 들리죠. That's right. And we go to number 8. Don't touch. 노다지. Don't touch the DVD player. I am a movie. Okay? Using the DVD player these days you can record, right? So you can record a movie. But this is something progressive now. So 지금 progressive로 되어지는 거죠. 그죠? I am recording. Okay, here it was a record, but here you have to put stress on the second syllable and you have to pronounce it like recording, right? Don't touch the DVD player. I'm recording a movie. Let's listen.
Don't touch the DVD player. I'm recording a movie.
I'm recording a movie. 이렇게 들리죠? And the last question, Britain, about 50% of its own oil. Wow, how lucky is that country? Korea is not an oil producing country, but now it is. Now we produce this a little, but not as much as Britain. Britain produces about 50% of its own oil. Wow, that's great. So Britain produces is needed. 액센트가 어디 있을까요? 두 번째. 그러니까 it's not produce, but produces. Okay? All right. So by looking at these examples, we found out whether it is properly used in a sentence or not. Okay? So 어떻게 proper하게 사용하는지 여러분 아셔야 되고요. 이게 자동적으로 produce or produce, progress or progress, increase or increase 이게 나오셔야 됩니다. Okay, I think you can do it. And 우리 더 연습을 해보도록 하겠습니다. If you go to 밑에 number 1을 가보시면요, 6.7에 관련되어진 것들이 이제 박스에 들어가 있죠. Okay, so open your book page 56, and if you look at number 1, tape 6.7. Okay, why don't we read these words together? Okay, 명사일 때는 refuse, 동사일 때는 refuse. B. 명사일 때는 동사일 때는 right. 명사일 때는 present. 동사일 때는 present. And C. 명사일 때는 minute. Wait a minute. Right? But 형용사일 때요. adjective일 때 very small. Minute. You have to pronounce it that way. And how about D-E-S-E-R-T? Okay, you have to pronounce it, in a proper way. Desert is a noun, and dessert. You deserted me. 저를 버리셨어요. You deserted. You can say that, right? Deserted. You deserted me 하면 내가 너를 사막에다 보냈냐. 이렇게 생각할 수 있겠죠, right? The desert is 사막, but desert is 버리다. But if there is like a S in S가 하나 더 있으면 dessert, 여러분이 밥 먹고 식사하고 드시는 맛있는 아이스크림, these are all desserts, right? Okay, and content is 만족 or 내용, and content is 만족한, okay, satisfied. And object is 물건, object, right? Object or 목적, but object is 반대하는. How about invalid? Invalid is it's not valid anymore, right? It's not good anymore. 유효하지 않은 이런 표현이죠. Okay, and invalid 무효, and contract and contract can be used at the same time. A contract is like a noun, okay? And contract. Okay, contract is an adjective. Okay, and if we go to number 3, and why don't we solve these questions together? Okay, number 1, what's another name for garbage? Garbage를 다른 이름으로 하면 it's a noun, right? So you can say refuse, right? Refuse, R-E-F-U-S-E, and there is the stress on this first syllable. So refuse. Okay? And number 2, what's a UFO? UFO is unidentified flying object. It's not object, but object. Okay? And where's the Sahara? Sahara is a desert in northern of Africa. That's right. And what do you get lots on your birthday? What do you get lots on your birthday? Well, we get presents. Right. And how about number 5? What is the third page of this book? Well, the contents of this book. And number 6, what's another way of saying happy? You're happy. You're content. Adjective. Happy is an adjective, so you have to pronounce content as content if it is a synonym of happy. And a written agreement is contract. And incorrect pin number, well, it's not good anymore. It's incorrect is an adjective, so you have to pronounce it like invalid. And very, very, very small is minute. Minute. It's not minute, okay? To say you won't do something, okay? Oh, no, I don't want it. Object. I objected. Okay? So object. There is a stress on the second syllable when it is like a verb or adjective. And you have to remember it. And it's nothing like, that difficult. I think everybody can do this, right? So, well, it's a matter of whether you practice it very often or not. Okay? So, 자주 연습을 하시면 여러분들 다 할 수가 있을 겁니다. 자, 그러면 우리 오른쪽으로 넘어가서 why don't we go to the last part of today's lesson? Okay? That is on page 57. And if you look at number 1 there, A하고 B 그 박스에 있는 것을 이렇게 매치시키는 건데요. 자, 같이 한번 매치시켜 보도록 하겠습니다. Why don't we go to number 1? 자, 숫자하고 그 다음에 어떤 비즈니스 표현이 쓰였는지 잘 보셔야 돼요. Number 1. Mike, good to see you again. How's business? 다시 만나서 반갑네. How's business? 자, 물어봤으니까 대답해야죠. How's business? 비즈니스에 대한 얘기를 해줘야 되겠죠. Oh, well, it goes really well. 이렇게 얘기할 수도 있고요. How's your business? How's business? What would be the proper answer, response to this? Well, the answer is good, thanks. 물어봐줘서 고마워. 잘 되고 있네. And sales are up again. How about yourself? Okay, sales are up. Sales are up. Sales are up. What does sales mean? sales는 판매가 많이 되고 있다. Well, sales are up. That means, they are selling more and more products these days. 요즘에 물건들이 더 잘 나간다는 그런 얘기죠. So, in other words, that means their revenue is increasing, right? Do you guys can you guys distinguish sales and revenue? Okay, let me erase this part and explain a little the differences between revenue, sales, price. Okay, revenue is revenue. Okay, if revenue is increasing, it's really good. You're earning lots of money out of it. But you're not quite sure yet because revenue equals price multiplied by quantity sold. Okay, sometimes this quantity sold is sales, okay? Or it can be sometimes used interchangeably with revenue. Okay, so sales are up means 매출액이 늘었다 or 판매량이 늘었다. Okay, you can mean both things. Okay, why don't we go to number 2? A. We have to listen this part. Okay, why don't we listen to this part together?
Mike, good to see you again. How's business?
Good, thanks, Jeff. Sales are up again. How about yourself?
Okay, sales are up again. Sales are up again. 매출이 늘었네. 아니면 판매량이 늘었네. 라고 해석하시면 되겠고요. Why don't we go to number 2? A. I'm afraid something's come up. Something's come up. When you do not want to say specific reason why you cannot make it, well, you can just say like something's come up. 뭔 일이 생겼다, right? Something's come up. So I'm afraid something's come up and I can't make our meeting on the 6th. Okay, when you talk about the date, you put the before it and you use th at the end, right? So 서술로 얘기를 하잖아요. So 4월 2일, April 2nd, right? April 2nd or April the 2nd, okay? How about 15일, 5월 15일, May the 15th. You can say that, okay? Here, I'm afraid something's come up. 뭔 일이 생겨서 I can make our meeting on the 6th. On the 6th. Okay, this is a way that they say the date. That's okay. Let's try for the following week. 다음 주를 하지 뭐. It's Wednesday the 13th good for you? Wednesday the 13th. Repeat after me. Wednesday the 13th. Okay, so the 13th. Okay, so 날짜를 얘기하는 방법을 다시 한번 우리 점검해 봅시다. 자, 2번 들어보죠.
I'm afraid something's come up and I can't make our meeting on the 6th.
That's okay. Let's try for the following week. Is Wednesday the 13th good for you?
Okay, so is Wednesday the 13th good for you? Yeah, I think so. 이렇게 다시 appointment을 잡으면 되겠죠? And why don't we go to number 3? Number 3로 가볼까요? What are your travel arrangements? What are your travel arrangements? Okay, so 여행에 대한 예약. Well, it can be either like a hotel or airplane, whatever, related to travel. So travel arrangement. So arrangement is like 미리 예약해 놓은 거죠. Okay, so what are your travel arrangements? And you can say like, 비행기 몇 편에 미리 예약을 해놨습니다. You can say that, right? So what would be the best answer here? The best answer would be, it's on flight UA. Maybe UA stands for United Airline. And how do you read the number there? Okay, digit by digit. 그냥 한 자리 한 자리씩 읽으시면 돼요. So 2762 and 6시 45분, how would you say that? 6:45. Okay, 6:45. Of course, you can say like 6:45. Okay, 6:45. 7시 15분 전이라고 얘기해도 되는데, well, I think you better say the exact number here. Okay? 그 타임을 그냥 정확한 숫자로 이렇게 표시하시는 게 더 좋을 것 같습니다. So, I'm on flight UA 2762 at 6:45. Okay, it's the answer. Why don't we listen to this part together?
What are your travel arrangements?
I'm on flight UA 2762 at 6:45.
Okay, now, and number 4, could you confirm the details in writing? Okay, conform. What does conform mean? 확인해주다, right? 점검해주다. So, could you conform? 이것도 액센트가 뒤에 있네요. 그죠? Could you conform the details in writing? 제 글 쓴 거요. 좀 그 디테일 좀 봐주시겠어요? 세부 사항들 좀 점검해 주시겠어요? Sure. 굉장히 친절하네요. 자, 물론이죠. 뭐 그 부탁한 거니까요. 그 받아들이는 쪽으로 나가야 되겠죠? I'll email them to you as attachment. attachment는 첨부 파일로 보낼게요. 라는 그런 표현이 되겠죠? So sure, I'll email them to you as attachment. as attachment. 액센트가 뒤에 있네요. 첨부 파일이란 noun이지만 여기서는 뒤에 가 있는 경우도 있다는 거 기억하시고요. Okay. In order to listen to this part well, you have to be sure that as an is very, very weak and arrange as an attachment에서 attachment가 강한 거죠. 그래서 as an attachment 하면 뭐 attach가 뭐라고 했어? 뭐 이렇게 들릴 수가 있어요. No. As an attachment. as an attachment. Okay? So why don't we check this part together? Check it out.
Could you confirm the details in writing?
Sure. I'll email them to you as an attachment.
as an attachment. 부드럽게 발음되죠? 자, 그 다음 넘버로 가보도록 하겠습니다. Number 5. They want a deposit of $2. 2.5%. 2.5. 2.5 means what? 2와 2분의 1을 얘기하는 거죠. 2.5%, which is $7,500. Ooh, that's a lot, right? And 중간에 막 끊겼어요. 자, 그랬더니 저기요, 중간에 저 끊겨서 들리는데요? 영어로 어떻게 하면 되죠? How would you express that? You're sorry, you're breaking up. 당신이 막 breaking up이 된다는 게 아니라 소리가 끊겨요. Sorry, you're breaking up. 뭐라고 하는 거지? I can hear you well. Sorry, you're breaking up. You can say that. And 마지막 부분 좀 다시 해주겠어요? Can you repeat the last part, please? 이렇게 얘기하시면 되겠죠. Okay, can you repeat the last part? You're breaking up. Can you repeat the last part? Okay, why don't we check this part out? Okay, together. 같이 들어보죠.
They want a deposit of 2.5%, which is $7,500, and we have to get...
Sorry, you're breaking up. Can you repeat that last part?
Can you repeat the last part? The 2.5, 거기까지 잘 들었는데 $7,500, 이 부분 잘 안 들었나 봐요, 그죠? $7,500, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And you're breaking up. Okay, can you repeat the last part? 이렇게 얘기했습니다. 자, and now it's time for us to go to number 6. Number 6은요. I'll give you 5,250불. 영어로 어떻게 하시면 될까요? 5,250불. Are you ready? Say 5,250불. That's right. $5,250. 라고 얘기하시면 되겠죠? So I'll give you $5,250 for your car. 차에 $5,250불을 드릴게요. Okay, so $5,250 for your car. That's my final offer. 이거 이상은 안 됩니다. 마지막 제시하는 조건이에요. 자, 그러면 어떻게 해야 될까요? 그 어떤 조건을 받아들이는지, refuse 하든지. 어떤 표현이 맞죠? What is right here? Yeah, that's right. Great. It's a deal. It's yours. 좋아요. 계약 성립. 가져가세요. It's yours. Okay, why don't we listen to this part? $5,250.
I'll give you $5,250 for your car. That's my final offer.
Great. It's a deal. It's yours.
Okay, 당신 거예요. 가져가라는 얘기죠. 자, and now we go to number 7. I don't know their number offhand. What does offhand mean? Right away. 즉석에서 알 수는 없어요. I don't know their number. Bear with me while I look it up. Bear with me는 참아주세요. Right? Means I'm really sorry. You have to wait. 기다려야 되는 그런 상황에서 offhand 그 뭐 안 보고는 모른다는 얘기죠. Right away. 즉시 내가 알 수는 없고요. 찾아봐야 된다는 얘기죠. Okay, so bear with me while I look it up. Okay, so what would your response to this? Well, it's okay. 괜찮. Take your time. 시간 그냥 가지세요. 천천히 하세요. 제가 기다릴게요. 전화돼야 할 때는 you can say like I'll hold. 기다릴게요. So no problem. I'll hold. You can say that. Okay? All right. Why don't we listen to this part together? Offhand is important.
I don't know their number offhand. Bear with me while I look it up.
No problem. I'll hold.
I'll hold. 기다릴게요. And we go to number 8. Okay, here's their number. Here, the number is a 전화번호, phone number. Are you ready? It's 708-555-2200. Why don't you write it down, okay? So prepare a memo, and it's 708-555-2200, okay? And it can be read also like 708-555-2200. 2200을요. Instead of saying like 2200, you can say 2200. It's okay. And instead of saying O라고 얘기하는데 708 is okay too. But here, they pronounce like 708 instead of a 0. Okay? So, 708 or 708-555-2200. 2200-2200. Okay? Why don't we check this part out?
Okay, here's their number. Are you ready? It's 708-555-2200.
I'll read that back to you. 708-555-2200.
Okay, 2200. 이렇게 읽었죠? 읽는 방식이 다르다라는 거 여러분 기억하시면 되겠고요. Why don't we go to number 9? Number 9 is that I got a pay raise, but I didn't get a better office. Okay, this person is really greedy, right? So pay raise is a good thing. He or she should be really happy about this, but you know, my office is not good enough, right? So I was not offered a good office, a better office. 임금 인상은 됐는데 오피스는 별로 좋지 않아. 그래도 bright side를 봐야 되는데요. 자, 그랬더니 옆에 있는 사람이 아유, 뭐 얻는 게 있으면 잃는 게 있지. Okay? What is that in English? Well, you win some, you lose some. You win some, you lose some. Okay, why don't we listen to this part together?
I got a pay raise, but I didn't get a better office.
You win some, you lose some.
You win some, you lose some. 이렇게 들리죠? 자, 마지막 부분입니다. Number 10. Did you apply for that job? 자, 그 job에 지원했니? 마지막. 어떻게 연결하면 될까? No, there's no point. 아, 그럴 만한 이유가 없어. I'm not qualified for it. Be qualified for. 자격이 충분하지 않아. 난 자격 갖추고 있지 않아. I wouldn't stand a chance. What would that mean? There's no possibility for me to get the job. So, you know, I don't stand a chance. I wouldn't stand a chance. Can be used in this case. Okay? So be qualified for 어디에 적임자이다 라는 그런 표현으로 쓰여질 수가 있겠습니다. 오케이, 이 부분 마지막으로 들어볼게요.
Did you apply for that job?
No, there's no point. I'm not qualified for it. I wouldn't stand a chance.
Okay. Well, you know, even though you think you're not qualified, who knows, right? There are people who are overqualified too. 너무 자격이 넘쳐가지고 안 뽑혀지는 사람도 있거든요. So maybe if you try, there might be like a chance for you to be chosen. So never give up, okay? So this is my last comment on this day. Never give up, whatever the situation is. Okay? And I'll be back tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye. See you. Bye.